back to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, my name is Siobhan and I am a mother of one gorgeous little girl called Ava, and I am also married to my husband Guy, who works as a Royal Marine down in Lympstone, and we live up here in lovely Yorkshire. I work for Lush Cosmetics and my channel is a whole mix of things from mum life, daily routines, beauty products, family days out and how-tos. So there's lots to get your teeth into. So this is my first vlog as a channel mum vlogger. So this is a really big milestone for me in my little vlogging journey so far. So thank you very much for joining me if you are watching via the Channel Mum website. Now this week is a little bit different again. This week is going to be a how-to video and I'm going to show you guys how to make your very own child's teepee. We are literally having days and days of sunshine now, and all Ava wants to do is go outside and play. So there really isn't a great deal of space outside in our cottage courtyard, so I wanted to make something for Ava to play in and also somewhere for her to go for a little bit of shade if the sun does get a bit too hot. Now I really wanted to buy a teepee, but I just wasn't going to spend £70 on them, and that is what they are. If you go on places like Etsy, if you go on eBay, even Aldi, in Aldi the teepee in there is £40, and who's got £40 to spend on a bit of material and some sticks? So I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm going to take on this challenge like I usually do, and I'm going to build one myself. So when I originally filmed this vlog, which was a few weeks ago now, so the teepee is built, it's up, it's done, and she is loving playing in it. When I filmed it originally, I sat back and thought, do you know what, this is going to be really easy. I am going to do this in a couple of hours and it'll be done and she'll be playing in it by the afternoon. Now, that kind of was the case, but I am a little bit I was overthinking it. I was overthinking it massively, and I don't know why, because it is just a case of arranging some sticks, wrapping the rope around them and putting some material over the top. That is pretty much it. But classic Siobhan, I always overthink things, and it did take me a little bit longer than I first hoped. So normal people would be able to get this done in a few hours. I took about a day and a half to do it. Now that is because I was obviously looking after Ava at the same time. I had to keep dropping things and going to see to her, keeping her entertained, coming back to the job. So it did take me a day and a half. But if you have help, then it really will take you just a few hours. I'm talking a lot with my hands here, like a windmill. So because I obviously filmed it a few weeks ago, I had the material there ready to go to show you guys on camera what I was going to be using. But now that the teepee's made, it's outside, I can't really bring a teepee inside to show you guys. So I'm going to tell you guys what you need now to make your teepee, and then I'm going to cut to some scenes outside where I was making it and I will talk you through it. Now, believe it or not, the equipment that you need you can pretty much find in your local B&Q or Homebase or hardware store. It's really easy to pick up the materials for this little project. So to start off with, you're going to need some dowel. Now I might be pronouncing that wrong. It could be dowel or dowel, but it's these long sticks. You can get them in several different kind of widths, and you need 4 of them, and you need them at 6 foot. So you might not be able to buy them at 6 foot, but wherever you do buy them from, normally there is a place where someone who works there can cut them down to size for you. So if you just take them along and just say, I need these at 6 foot, they should be able to do it for you. Next up, you're going to need something to tie them together with. So you need some rope. I actually got some, I think, again, I can't pronounce this. I don't know whether it's Sisal Rope. I think it's called Sisal Rope. So it's nice, strong, sturdy rope. And we got a decent size length as well, which meant that we could give the teepee as much support as possible. Next up, you're going to need a drop cloth of some kind. Now you can go online and you can look on places like eBay to see if you can find a funky bit of material that you can use on your teepee. I went for something very basic. I wanted it to be like a really neutral colour for her and something that I could wash as well in case it got dirty. So we actually just found some material in the decorating aisle, the stuff that you put down for when you're decorating inside and you want to protect the furniture or the carpets or anything like that, and we are using that as our drop cloth. So it was a little bit too big, so we had to cut it down to size, but I will go into more detail with that in a second. The size you need for your drop cloth is 6 foot by 9 foot. A few other things that you are going to need to make your teepee: you're going to need a screw, you need a drill, and you need some wooden pegs. Now, if you're a little bit like me and you want to give your teepee a bit of a twist, I actually made some kind of vintage boho bunting to just go around the top of the teepee. So all you need for that is a piece of twine. You can get twine from garden centres, or you can get it from a craft shop. Now, the Shop The Works is a really great place to go if you want to pick up a few little crafty bits that aren't too expensive. So I actually got my bit of twine from there. It has like little fake leaves on it as well, so it's really cool. I also got my fabric from there as well. I think it cost maybe about £5. The fabric doesn't come pre-cut, so you do need to measure out your triangles and cut them out yourself. You're also going to need a little bit of Velcro, some fabric glue, and if you really want to go all out, some outdoor fairy lights as well. If you're like us and you don't have a great deal of space in your house to be able to bring the teepee in the winter, then you can do what we did and stain the wood so it's able to stay outside during the winter months. So we used just a dark oak stain. It's the exact same colour that's on our fence outside that surrounds the courtyard, so everything matches quite nicely, but it just means that the wood frame itself can stay outside all year round. If you just want to quickly look at the materials that you do need, I will make sure to pop everything in the description below so you guys can just have a quick check back to see what it is that you need. So let's rewind to a few weeks ago where I actually made the teepee itself outside in our courtyard. So here I am in my little cottage courtyard. I am just marking off where the actual dowels meet. So when you actually put them up to create the shape, they meet in certain areas. So I'm just marking them off, and then I'm going to drill where those marks are. You will need to weight the sticks down somehow, just so they don't move whilst you're drilling them. So I'm going to do that with my leg, as you can see. So I'm going to drill really carefully to make sure that I don't drill a hole accidentally through my thumb or through my legs. That wouldn't be good. You guys also need to make sure you are drilling a hole for your screw so you can attach your drop cloth later. As you've just seen, I had to change the size of the drill bit just because I need to make a hole that's big enough for the rope to go through. So sometimes it's good to start off with a small drill bit just to get that initial hole, and then just to work up from there to gradually make it bigger. So that's the dowels finished with all of their holes in. They are a little bit splintered, so what I'm going to do in a minute is just get some sandpaper and sand those down so there's no splinters in them whatsoever. Here I'm just getting the excess drop cloth out that I didn't need. I'm just going to lie it down over the patio and make sure that any wood shavings or wood stain gathers on there and doesn't go on my brand new patio. So I'm just using a very fine grit sandpaper just to smooth off any of the splinters that are sticking out of the dowel. So now it's time to stain the dowels. I'm just using this. I got it from B&Q. We've actually used it on the fence that you can see behind me. It just means that the wood can stay outside during the winter, that it's nicely protected and it's not just going to rot away. So all I'm simply doing is actually just putting the whole dowel in the bucket itself, just so it gets a good coating of stain, and then I'm just brushing it up that way instead of starting from the top. I actually found it was a lot easier doing it this way. When you're done, just prop them up somewhere safe and leave them to dry. Next up, you want to be torching the end of the rope so it doesn't fray. All you need to do is just simply singe the ends. Don't set fire to the whole rope because that's dangerous. Then what you want to be doing is feeding the rope through the holes that you've made in your dowel. Obviously wait until your dowel is dry from the stain, and then what you want to be doing is then making a knot so it doesn't all come undone. Then you want to be making a cut on the rope, leaving yourself enough length to be able to bind the sticks together. Then it's just a simple case of feeding the rope through another stick and then slowly fashioning the shape of your teepee. So you've got the two at the minute and you're just going to bind these ones together to start with. After looping the rope around several times with the first two dowels, then you want to introduce your third one. This took me a little while actually. I was just kind of faffing around trying to get the right shape. I did drill the holes, I did put numbers on the sticks, but like anything, nothing ever really goes to plan. So I'm kind of just winging it here, just trying to get that structure. So the final dowel has joined the teepee party. I am just about to feed the rope through the hole and then I'm going to attach it to the other three. When you are securing the dowels together, all you need to be doing is just wrapping the rope here, there and everywhere. So you want to be going up and under, round and round, and just keep going like that until the sticks are nice and secure. So after I had finished securing the dowels together, I grabbed another long piece of rope and just started to wrap it round the work I'd already done. This was to secure it a little bit better and just to make it look a little bit neater as well. And that is the dowels now secured. Lovely and neat. Next up, it's time to get your drop cloth out. So here I am just trying to find the center of the drop cloth so I've got equal parts either side of the entrance to the teepee. Next up, you want to grab your screw and you want to just pop it through the material so you can then go ahead and attach it to the frame itself. So your teepee is almost ready. As you can see, I have just attached the drop cloth to the back of the teepee and now I'm draping it round to bring it round to the entrance. Some people like to just drape it and just leave it to hang. Other people like to tuck it and make it look nice and neat. It is of course completely up to you how you style your teepee. Both ways work, so the choice is yours. So this was how the first teepee creation looked before this happened.
Good morning everybody. So last night I sent a picture to Guy of the teepee that I made and he was like, shouldn't it be bigger than that? So because I'm an absolute perfectionist, I went out, took everything apart again and made it a little bigger. So this is what we have now. A big teepee.
So now that the teepee is big enough for His Royal Highness, we can crack on and make the bunting. So all I'm doing here is just running some glue along the top of some pieces of fabric that I've cut out from my find at the works. You can make your triangles as big or as little as you like. Just make sure that you use plenty of fabric glue so it will stick nicely to the twine. So Lord knows why I didn't record this, but to attach the ends of your bunting together, all I did was put a little bit of Velcro on each end. So there's no tying required, just simply pop it on the top of your teepee when you're ready. So that's the last few bits of bunting going on. I just need to allow the glue to set, so I'm going to give it an hour or so, and that is pretty much my project complete. As you can see over the weeks, she has absolutely loved being in there. It's really great if you just throw a few toys in, just make it really kind of personal for them, and it's their own little space to play. They love it. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you have, then please give it a little like, and if you haven't already, then please click that little button below and subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you again next week.